All right, guys, welcome to this video. In this video, I want to share with you how to register for L7 Trade, step-by-step process, and help you make your first trade. So from beginning to end, hopefully I will cover everything in this video, leave nothing, no stones unturned, and get you guys started so you can start earning some income starting today. So let's get right into this. You're going to need your referral link, obviously, from your sponsor. This is the home page. You're going to come up here to the top where it says logging. You're going to fill this out just like any other registration form. Put in a username and then your email address. I would recommend a Gmail address. Gmail seems to be the best as far as getting confirmation codes and emails and the such. Your password, make sure it's a good solid password, of course. Click off these two boxes. I would recommend click off I'm a robot, sign in, register. That will trigger an email to your, obviously your email. You're going to go to your email. This should be the first email that you receive. It should say something like your account has been created. It's going to give you a long series of numbers. You're going to copy these numbers and you're going to go back and place this series of numbers where they want you to put them, as far as activating your account. Once your account is activated, you'll receive another email. It'll say something like your account has been activated. You have successfully activated your account. Now you can log in using your username and password. Okay, so let me go back to the home page. And I'm going to log in. If you want to log in, you just press enter. You're going to log in. And this is the home page of the back office. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is come up here where it says wallet. You're going to click on the wallet. And it's going to list all the different coins which you can participate in the arbitrage. Personally, I would recommend Bitcoin, second, Litecoin, third, Ethereum. Don't get too carried away and, unless you really, really want to, but just keep it super simple. Obviously, Bitcoin, I've noticed Bitcoin has been the most consistent as far as returns. I've noticed them, anywhere between 0.5% to about 1.5% a day, or a trade. So, some of these other coins, I've seen them really, really low. So I would recommend, Bitcoin. It seems to be the best. And then if you have to, Litecoin or Ethereum. And you're going to just click on this replenish. And it's going to give you your address, your Bitcoin address, where you want to send your Bitcoin. So obviously you go to your blockchain wallet or wherever you have your Bitcoin, and then just send it over to this address. From experience, it's taken anywhere from about half an hour to 3-4 hours. So just be patient, and the Bitcoin will show up obviously in your balance. Okay. Another important thing, guys, is come up here to where it should say your username. Come into your profile and click on your profile, and you'll want to set up your two-factor authentication. So under the general settings, it'll just have, when you registered, your login, your email address. And when you click on account protection, my account is enabled. It's going to, you can set up your two-factor authentication in here. Now, just a side note, you only use your two-factor when you want to withdraw, not when you log in, just when you withdraw. Okay, so you're going to want to set that up before, really even before you even put any Bitcoin in here. Okay, so you want to set that up. And what else is in here? Your profile verification. This is only if you want to trade more, do trades larger than 0.1. So let me show you guys that just real quick. Might as well cover everything, that I'm thinking about it. So you can click on this information and fees limits. and you can see all the minimums. Okay, this is another good thing here, guys. If you want to know your minimum trading, so for Bitcoin, it's 0.02, which is roughly just over $200. Ethereum 0.5, which is roughly about $100. Litecoin 1, which is about $100, and then so on for the other coins. The maximum amount for bidding without verification, so you can trade on each trade up to 0.1 Bitcoin, which is around $1,000. If you want to make trades larger than this, you'll have to be verified. However, you can trade in multiple coins. So if you wanted to trade, say, $2,000, you could use, say, the 0.1 Bitcoin, and then up to 3.3 Ethereum, which would be roughly, $600 or so, and then, another maybe $600 in Litecoin. So you could get around that. If you don't want to be verified, you can do it that way. All right, so let me just go back here. Verification, payouts, the referral program. This is where you're going to find your link, your referral link, and then you'll also see your referrals and if they're active, and how much you are making from your referrals. The referral, you do make 21% on your referrals trade. So if your direct referral makes $10 on a trade, you're going to make $2 approximately. It's 21%, so about $2. And this is for each trade that they make. Again, you're going to make 21% of what they earn. The news, the VIP section, if you want to, go large, VIP section will allow you to basically cut off the time as far as making your trades. Right now, the trades are taking about 4 hours, and then you have what's called an MAA, which adds on another, 40 to 50 minutes of time before you make your trade. So that's why, right now I'm making about 4 to 5 trades a day. But if you want to cut this down to about 4 hours, where you can then obviously make about 6 trades a day, you could become a VIP. And these are the limits for the to become a VIP. You need 3.5 Bitcoin. If you want to be VIP in Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin, you would deposit the following. As long as you're trading, if you fall below these numbers, you won't be a VIP. So you want to be above these numbers at all times. Okay. Let me see what else there is. News, VIP, technical support is in here, and then obviously log out. Your wallet, your exchange, trade step, trade cycle. So once you have your Bitcoin or your crypto in the wallet, you can now come over to trade cycle. And this is how simple this is. Like, this looks a little confusing because there's a lot of numbers going on here. But what you're going to want to do is, well, you can click on this information button. It's going to bring up the numbers at the current time. Now, these numbers, obviously, crypto is very volatile. These numbers change about every 10 to 15 minutes. Currently, if I was to make a trade, I'd earn about 0.77 on my trade. Bitcoin Cash is a little lower. Litecoin is super low. Ethereum is about 0.5%, and so forth. Okay, this is why I was saying a few minutes ago, Bitcoin is usually pretty consistent, averaging about 1% or a little bit less. I've seen it as high as about 1.5%. Okay, so you're going to want to just maybe time your, if you want to, you can maybe wait. If this is not high enough, you can maybe wait a bit and see if this goes higher. If you don't care, if you just want to lock it in, you can, go back to the trade cycle. Now, your BTC balance or your coin balance will show up in here. You can click this little arrow button. Okay, the minimum, again, because I have less than 0.02, it'll say, okay, you don't have enough, which I know. But you can click on this arrow button and it'll populate up in here. Or you can just type in a number. I mean, obviously, you probably just click on this 100% of the time because there's no reason really to not put in the full balance, because you cannot make multiple trades at the same time. Like, you cannot, like, let's say you had 1 Bitcoin in your balance, you could not make a half a Bitcoin trade and then in an hour make another half a Bitcoin trade, right? So you can only have one trade of one currency at any given time. So if you do Bitcoin, you probably do the full amount, and then when that completes, which again is 4 to 5 hours, your Bitcoin, your profit, everything would show up back in your balance, and then you could just make another trade. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Now to make the trade, once you have your Bitcoin in here or your Litecoin or Ethereum, you simply look at this top bid number, okay, 105.98.44. You're going to come over here on the left side. You're going to search for that number. So it looks like right in here, 105.98.44. You're going to click that off. You're going to look at this next number. Okay, this is the low ask, 1005525. So you're going to come on the right side and you're going to search for that number. Usually I just look at the back two numbers, 100055525. You're going to click that off. Once that's done, you're going to come down in here and you're going to see some numbers in here. Like if I had more Bitcoin, let me see if I can. No, I don't think I'll be able to do that. You can click on apply, go to order processing. Okay, I can't show you, but normally, obviously, you'll see the prices in here, or right in here, you'll see your trade amount, and then down here in the bottom, it'll show you your total profit. Right? Like, let me see. I don't think I can do that. Let's say 0.002, which I don't have. Yeah, it won't let me do it. But if I had more in there, you'd see. Oh no, sorry. Here it is, 0.02. And then this would be your profit plus obviously your your full amount. And this will fluctuate again every few minutes because again the trading is volatile, it always changes. So 0.02, I would get back 0.0201, and then you just press this button right here, confirm the exchange operation. Okay, and then it'll just say complete, and then press the button. Again, I can't do that because I don't have enough in here to make a trade. I currently have a trade going on. That's why I can't make another trade right in here. Once you make that trade, it'll show up down on this side here. This is my Bitcoin trade right now, my Litecoin trade, and my Ethereum trade. And that is it, guys. Once you see your coin in here, you can always click on the read more, and you can see, what you've used, for your trade, and then what your profit and, obviously your principal is on that trade combined is right there. Okay. You can click on online orders and you can press read more, and you can see as the trade is happening, it'll be checked off. Okay, so this trade is almost ready to complete, but not quite yet. When this is completed, let me go to my emails and just show you guys what to look for. You'll get a notification saying something like canceled, payment confirmation. Executed. Yeah, something like this. Trading order is executed. Okay, so you'll get an email like this when your trading order has executed. Yeah, your currency will be back in your balance, and then you can withdraw that if you want. Or you can just, again, once you get this, it's about 40 to 50 minutes before you can make your next trade because of the MAA. Right? If you want to come back up in here, see here. Yeah, like under here, it'll show you the MAA regulation, 40 minutes, Bitcoin Cash, 60 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes. So once you get your email, you'll have to wait 40 minutes before you can make another trade, unless you're a VIP. Okay, guys, so that is it. That's all you need to do. It's simple, easy, super simple. You can obviously follow your trades in here. Now, I do want to show you guys one more thing. Like in your emails, sometimes, like I've been noticing about once a day, there's been a canceled email, canceled trade. So if you're doing the trades manually, you might want to just look out for that, because if you're not paying attention and if you're expecting maybe 5 hours and if your trade was canceled, well, then it's canceled, right? You won't obviously be making any money. So there have been a few canceled orders, like I said, about, I'm making 4 trades in Bitcoin, about 4 trades, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, about 12 trades a day. And out of those 12 trades, one of these trades, has been canceled. Like for instance, it'll say your trade order has been canceled, and it'll give you some possible reasons, but whatever, you just have to go in and make another trade. That's it. That's simple. Okay. Um, One other thing I want to show you is the automatic trade function right up in here. So if you guys say you don't want to be bothered with making these trades, you can come up in automatic trade, and whatever balance you have, if you have a balance in any coin, you can just simply come into orders and you can type in up to 10, or you can type in 2, right, or whatever, and activate. What that'll do, and you have to have a balance in here. You can't do this if you don't have no balance. If you have a balance in here, you could put in an automatic order. So for 2 orders, for say, I usually do 2 orders, usually before I go to bed, right? So it'll make a trade, 2 trades, usually 1 trade in the evening, and then another trade early in the morning sometime when I'm sleeping. And then when I get up, then I'll usually do the manual trading. But if you want to just have it totally automatic, set 10 trades in here. And what will happen is the company will trade 10 times. If you're averaging 5 hours a trade, it's about 50 hours. So about every 2 days, you'd have to come in here, just put in another 10, activate it. And the company takes 10% of your profit. So if you're making whatever $5 on a trade, the company will take 50 cents. So I think it's well worthwhile doing it, setting it up. I'm around a lot of the time anyways. So like I said, I'm doing it manually, but I may get to a point where, right now I've been in this for like 12 days, so it is pretty exciting making these trades. But there may come a time where I just want to set it on automatic and, not be bothered. Okay. Go back to trade cycle. Let me go show you guys the payouts. If you guys are wondering, I might as well cover that as well. Um, I have received so far at the time of this video 7 withdrawals. I've been making one almost every single day, and you'll get something like payout confirmation, your payout, and it'll say the amount. It'll tell you your IP address, the amount, and there is a fee. It's about $5. It's this fee right in here, 0.0005, which is approximately $5. So it doesn't matter if you're withdrawing $10 of Bitcoin or $1,000 or $10,000 of Bitcoin. It's always going to be the same amount. So again, keep that in mind. You might not want to withdraw $10, right? You might want to have that built up a bit, compounded a bit maybe, right? So, because you don't want 50% of your profits going to withdraw, right? A withdrawal fee, all right? So just keep that in mind. Like $5 is pretty small, right? But it's relative, right? Like you don't want to, be withdrawing. That's why I recommend, guys. I mean, you probably wouldn't want to put in here like $100. Like you probably don't want to deposit $100 of Litecoin just because that's the minimum, and then make like $4 a day, and then in a couple of days withdraw 10, and then have 5 of that. I don't know what the actually the withdrawal amount or the fee is for Litecoin. Could be less than that, but it's probably pretty close to this amount, like $5. So again, you don't want to make $10 of Litecoin in like 3 days and then have to give up half of it to fees. So that's why I'd recommend, if you're going to go in this, I'd recommend the minimum like 500 bucks. Okay, anything less than that, you're going to be compounding for quite a while before you can actually really take out any serious money. Again, but that's just my opinion. You do what you want. Again, this is totally I'm not giving financial advice. Obviously don't invest more than you're willing to lose, because any crypto program, there is a degree of risk. So you look at the risk and you decide if it's for you. It may not be for you, right? It may look too shady, or it may look awesome, right? Like in my opinion, the amount of transparency, if you can go down in here, I can show you guys, well, let me show you guys my history. Again, I'm just kind of, I'm coming up with some things that you might want to know, doing it all here in one video. But you may want, like, these are all the trades that have been completed. You can actually click on, like, this is a Bitcoin trade I made, and you can come in here. You can actually see the transaction ID of this amount, 1.11 and change of Bitcoin. So this is the Bitcoin that I made on the put on this trade, right? And you can click on this transaction ID. And you can search through the transaction ID, the hash. You can look for the amount, like 1152. Now there's a lot of numbers in here. Usually I can pick it out. So these are all the trades done. 115, this is probably at 11520,323. 11520,323. Okay, so that's it right there, guys. So this is actually being traded. So that's pretty good as far as transparency goes. Like, again, in my opinion, this is as transparent as anything out there, right? Because they don't have a face or a name. People ask me who owns the company. Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if I own the company, I don't think I'd want people to know. I don't want that kind of, really recognition, right? So I can totally understand why people are private, like owners of companies. You definitely don't want really everybody knowing, um, if you're the owner of the company. So that does not hold any weight for me. I mean, there's been companies that the owners are transparent. They show their faces, they do webinars, and then 2 months later, the company closes up. All right, so you guys make up your own mind. You make up your own decisions here, guys. This is totally it's totally up to you, is basically what I'm saying. If you want to deposit in here, and whenever you're obviously giving money, or putting money in a third-party platform, there's always a risk of something happening, and you guys have to decide on your risk tolerance. Never, again, put in anything more than you are willing to lose if something happens. Okay, guys. So now I'm just rambling on. If you guys want to get started, obviously go back to your sponsor, get their link. If you have any questions, you can contact me. But have an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next video.